In this industry, there's a tremendous amount of independent thoughts, ideas, and opinions on literally everything, and that includes how to conduct a tactical reload or a speed reload on an AR platform carbine. And a lot of the methods that are real popular are driven by a lot of different motivations. A lot of them are based on the three-gun competition. A lot of them are based on sporting competitions and sporting events, and others are based on kind of real-world needs and sort of a combative application. One of the most prolific methods that's out there that's gained a lot of ground recently has got the shooter, when he goes to conduct his reload, bringing the weapon up into a very high port position. So the concept is that the muzzle's up, it's up in a high position, it's safe, and I've got all this part of the weapon in my workspace so that I can see and fix and reload and do whatever it is that I need to do. My problem is, having worked as a police officer in the state of Arizona for 2 decades, I can't tell you how many times around the 4th of July and the New Year's holiday season, how many people in our state have caught errant rounds that have fallen out of the sky because of people who've shot them into the sky for celebratory reasons. So I have an issue with anything that goes up, because at some point in time it ultimately has to come back down. And when it comes back down at terminal velocity, it's a bad thing. In a real live combat type situation, such as someplace overseas, is this such a bad thing? Probably not. Now, another problem with this being at that extreme high port position means that the weapon is completely unreferenced towards that area of threat, which means now I have to reorient the weapon and get it back on target again. Here, I'm up, I've got the weapon continuously oriented towards that area of threat. Remember, if this is an unloaded weapon, it's essentially nothing more than a baseball bat at this point in time that's connected to your body. You can't do anything with it until a round gets back inside that chamber. We want to get the weapon back into action as fast as we possibly can, and all this is wasted time. So here I am. I've shot my weapon dry. I need to conduct a reload. Now, rather than bringing it all the way up into a high port position, I'm going to keep the weapon under control with my shooting hand at all times. I'm going to simply roll the weapon out of the cheek position, my cheek weld position. I now have the entire weapon in my peripheral vision. I can see downrange. I can see my weapon, and I've got my muzzle oriented towards my area of threat at all times. I'm simply going to punch my magazine out, access my new magazine, insert, run my action, and roll the weapon right back up on my shoulder. This method keeps the weapon pointed downrange, pointed towards that area of threat, wherever it may be, keeps the weapon under control at all times by that firing hand, and minimizes that situation of an accidental discharge that's going to cause us some sort of problem later on down the line, or a problem for somebody else. And as always, train hard, train right, train to win.